Hello everyone out there in Blount County and beyond. My name is Melinda and I'm a reference librarian here at the Blount County Public Library in Maryville, Tennessee. I am so happy to welcome you back to Storytime for Grown-Ups. I hope you're having a very happy Valentine's Day. As I'm sure you would agree, on February 14th, we celebrate many different kinds of love, from friendship to family affection to romance. And poets over the centuries have celebrated love in all its varieties as well. So today I thought we would take a moment to visit a few poets and see what they have to say about this thing called love. Before I begin, I would like to thank my friends and colleagues on the library staff, Anna, Lee, and Savannah, who very graciously gave up their time to help with the readings today. Anna will open with the poem Love and Friendship by Emily Bronte. As you will see, while Bronte acknowledges the charms of romantic love, she clearly comes down on the side of the steadier, more reasonable, and selfless virtues of friendship. E. Cummings, though, might beg to differ, as we will learn when Lee reads his poem, Since Feeling is First, which extols the virtues of emotion over too much reason. And finally, in Savannah's reading of The Highwayman by Alfred Noyes, we'll find the story of a love which is both selfless and tempestuously romantic. Spoiler alert, though, you may want to have your hanky handy for that one. But let's begin with Anna.
Hi, my name is Anna, and today I'm going to be reading Love and Friendship by Emily Bronte. Love is like the wild rose briar, friendship like the holly tree. The holly is dark when the rose briar blooms, but which will bloom most constantly? The wild rose briar is sweet in spring, its summer blossoms scent the air. Yet wait till winter comes again, and who will call the wild briar fair? Then scorn the silly rose wreath now, and deck thee with the holly's sheen, that when December blights thy brow, he still may leave thy garland green.
Hi, I'm Lee Yoder, and I'm the accounting clerk here at the Blount County Public Library, and I will be reading Since Feeling is First by E. Cummings. Since feeling is first, who pays any attention to the syntax of things will never wholly kiss you, wholly to be a fool while spring is in the world. My blood approves, and kisses are a better faith than wisdom. Lady, I swear by all flowers, don't cry. The best gesture of my brain is less than your eyelids flutter, which says we are for each other. Then laugh, leaning back in my arms. For life's not a paragraph, and death, I think, is no parenthesis.
Hello everyone, happy Valentine's Day. My name is Savannah. I'm the Online Services Coordinator here at the library, and today I will be reading The Highwayman by Alfred Noyes. The wind was a torrent of darkness among the gusty trees. The moon was a ghostly galleon tossed upon cloudy seas. The road was a ribbon of moonlight over the purple moor, and the highwayman came riding. The highwayman came riding up to the old inn door. He'd a French cock hat on his forehead, a bunch of lace at his chin, a coat of claret velvet, and breeches of brown doe skin. They fitted with never a wrinkle, his boots were up to the thigh, and he rode with a jeweled twinkle, his pistol butts a twinkle, his rapier hilt a twinkle under the jeweled sky. Over the cobbles he clattered, and clashed in the darkened yard. He tapped with his whip on the shutters, but all was locked and barred. He whistled a tune to the window, and who should be waiting there but the landlord's black-eyed daughter, Bess, the landlord's daughter, plaiting a dark red love knot into her long black hair. And dark in the dark old inn yard, a stable wicket creaked, where Tim the ostler listened. His face was white and peaked. His eyes were hollows of madness, his hair like moldy hay. But he loved the landlord's daughter, the landlord's red-lipped daughter. Dumb as a dog he listened, and he heard the robbers say, "One kiss, my bonny sweetheart. I'm after a prize tonight. but I shall be back with the yellow gold before the morning light. Yet if they press me sharply and hurry me through the day, then look for me by the moonlight, watch for me by the moonlight. I'll come to thee by the moonlight, though hell should bar the way. He rose right up in the stirrups, he scarce could reach her hand. As she loosened her hair in the casement, his face burned like a brand. As a black cascade of perfume came tumbling over his breast, and he kissed its waves in the moonlight. Oh, sweet black waves in the moonlight. Then he tugged at his reins in the moonlight, and galloped away to the west. He did not come in the dawning, he did not come at noon, and out of the tawny sunset, before the rise of the moon, when the road was a gypsy's ribbon, looping the purple moor, a red-coat troop came marching, marching, marching. King George's men came marching up to the old inn door. They said no word to the landlord, they drank his ale instead, but they gagged his daughter and bound her to the foot of her narrow bed. Two of them knelt at her casement, with muskets at their side. There was death at every window, and hell at one dark window, for Bess could see through the casement the road that he would ride. They had tied her up to attention, with many a snickering jest. They had bound a musket beside her, with the barrel beneath her breast. Now keep good watch, and they kissed her. She heard the doomed man say, Look for me by the moonlight, watch for me by the moonlight. I'll come to thee by the moonlight, though hell should bar the way. She twisted her hands behind her, but all the knots held good. She writhed her hands till her fingers were wet with sweat or blood. They stretched and strained in the darkness, and the hours crawled on by like years, till now, on the stroke of midnight, cold, on the stroke of midnight, the tip of one finger touched it, the trigger at least was hers. The tip of one finger touched it. She strove no more for the rest. Up she stood, up to attention, with the muzzle beneath her breast. She would not risk their hearing, she would not strive again, for the road lay bare in the moonlight, blinking bare in the moonlight, and the blood of her veins in the moonlight throbbed to her love's refrain. Ta-lot, had they heard it, the horse hoofs ringing clear. Ta-lot, in the distance. Were they deaf that they did not hear? Down the ribbon of moonlight, over the brow of the hill, the highwayman came riding, riding, riding. The redcoats looked to their priming. She stood up straight and still. Ta-lot in the frosty silence, ta-lot in the echoing night. Nearer he came and nearer, her face was like a light. Her eyes grew wide for a moment, she drew one last deep breath, then her finger moved in the moonlight. Her musket shattered the moonlight, shattered her breast in the moonlight, and warned him with her death. He turned, he spurred to the west. He did not know who stood, bowed with her head over the musket, drenched with her own blood. Not till the dawn he heard it, and his face grew gray to hear how Bess, the landlord's daughter, the landlord's black-eyed daughter, had watched for her love in the moonlight, and died in the darkness there. Back he spurred like a madman, shrieking a curse to the sky, with the white road smoking behind him, and his rapier brandished high. Blood red were his spurs in the golden noon, wine red was his velvet coat, and they shot him down on the highway, down like a dog on the highway, and he lay in his blood on the highway, with a bunch of lace at his throat. In still of a winter's night, they say, when the wind is in the trees, when the moon is a ghostly galleon tossed upon cloudy seas, when the road is a ribbon of moonlight over the purple moor, a highwayman comes riding, riding, riding. A highwayman comes riding up to the old inn door. Over the cobblers he clatters and clangs in the darkened yard. He taps with his whip on the shutters, but all is locked and barred. He whistles a tune to the window, and who should be waiting there but the landlord's black-eyed daughter, Bess, the landlord's daughter, plaiting a dark red love knot into her long black hair.
See, I told you to bring your hankies. Fortunately, poets often do have a response to the tragedies of love. The master of tragedy himself, William Shakespeare, for example, offers this response to love's and lovers' mortality in his Sonnet 18. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's lease hath all too short a date. Sometime too hot the eye of heaven shines, and often is his gold complexion dimmed. And every fair from fair sometime declines, by chance or nature's changing course untrimmed. But thy eternal summer shall not fade, nor lose possession of that fair thou owest. Nor shall death brag thou wanderest in his shade, when in eternal lines to time thou growest. So long as men can breathe, or eyes can see, so long lives this, and this gives life to thee. In other words, love can be eternal if you write the one you love into immortality, which is sort of what Alfred Noyes has done for Bess and the Highwayman. I don't know about you, but in the land of poetry and romance, I like to think that somewhere on a road that's a ribbon of moonlight over the purple moor, they are happily ever after, riding, riding, riding on. Wait, did you hear something? If you would like to find poems to share with someone you love on Valentine's Day, we hope you'll drop by the library or give us a call at 865-982-0981 or visit our website at www.blountlibrary.org. Before I close, I would like once again to express my heartfelt appreciation to Anna and Lee and Savannah for helping with the reading today. And also, I would like to share my heartfelt appreciation with you for joining us for Storytime for Grown-Ups. May you have a very happy Valentine's Day with those you love. Bye-bye.